Hello everyone, my name is David. Today we're going to take a look at another horrible case with you. During the Corona period, many families lost several members within a span of 2 years. Today's story is also about such a family where 6 people died back to back within a few years. But these deaths occurred neither due to Corona nor any other illness. So, how were these deaths happening? When a family member reached the police seeking answers, the revelations made everyone's ground slip beneath their feet. The truth was beyond belief. This case is considered one of Kerala's most horrifying criminal incidents. What was the terrifying truth behind the continuous deaths in the family? Whose hand was behind this entire conspiracy? And what is the current status of this case? Let's find out everything in this video. A crucial revelation related to this case emerged in February 2023, which could change the direction of the entire case. So, what is that revelation? All these details will be covered in this video. For now, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe and press the bell icon for notifications on our latest videos. This whole story is about the Panamatam family in Kerala. The entire family lived in the Kudatai village in the Kozhikode district of Kerala. This family was considered one of the wealthiest in the village. The head of the family was named Tom Thomas, and his wife's name was Anama Thomas. They had 2 sons, Roho Thomas and Roy Thomas. In 1997, the elder son, Roy Thomas, had a grand wedding with a girl named Jolly Ama Joseph. After the wedding, Jolly quickly became everyone's favorite in the house, managing the family affairs efficiently. Despite her good nature, Jolly was also a religious woman who attended daily prayers. Jolly married Roy Thomas when he wasn't employed and relied on his father for expenses. However, after marriage, Jolly continued her studies and later informed the family that she got a job at the National Institute of Technology in Calicut. If occasional minor disagreements are overlooked, the family was very happy and everyone's lifestyle was going well. However, in 2002, Anama Thomas suddenly fell ill, leading to her immediate admission to the hospital. After a few days of treatment, her health improved. After this, she is sent home from the hospital. Just 2 months after returning home, on August 22, 2002, once again, Anama Thomas falls ill. This time, she passes away before being taken to the hospital. Based on symptoms, it is said that her death occurred due to a heart attack. To understand the actual cause of death, the doctor recommends a post-mortem, but the family refuses, considering this death as a natural one. In this way, without any post-mortem, the final rites of Anama Thomas are performed. The sudden departure of a crucial member of the household deeply shocks everyone, causing considerable distress for a long time. However, as time passes, everyone's life gradually returns to normalcy once again. Now, the eldest in the family was Tom Thomas. The date was August 26, 2008, just a few days after the 6th death anniversary of Anama Thomas. Other relatives were also present at home. Suddenly, another death occurs in the family. This time, it's the head of the family, Tom Thomas, who passes away unexpectedly. Initial investigations also attribute his death to a heart attack. The family does not opt for a post-mortem for Tom Thomas, and he is laid to rest in a similar manner. Within 6 years, 2 deaths in the family bring significant changes. Where it used to be a joint family, property division now takes place among the remaining members, and almost everyone begins to live as a nuclear family. The 2 previous deaths were not even forgotten when the family faces the death of a 3rd member on September 9, 2011, Jolly's husband, Roy Thomas. Roy Thomas's body was found in the bathroom, as there had been 2 sudden deaths in this family before. Consequently, when the 3rd member of the household also dies unexpectedly, some family members suspect foul play rather than considering it a mere coincidence. The decision is made to conduct a post-mortem on Roy Thomas. During the post-mortem, traces of cyanide poison are discovered in Roy Thomas's body. Further investigation reveals that Roy Thomas was facing financial difficulties in those days. According to Roy Thomas's wife, it was the financial problems that led her husband to commit suicide. The initial police inquiry also highlights Roy Thomas's financial problems, and with the conclusion that he took his own life. the case is closed. Although the case had been closed, the series of deaths in the family continued. The next death in the family is scheduled for February 24th, 2014. This time, the deceased is Matthew Manjadial, the brother of Anama Thomas. If you recall, we mentioned earlier that Anama Thomas was the first to die in the family. Matthew Manjadial's death also occurred suddenly, and despite no post-mortem being conducted, it was considered a mere coincidence, concluding the matter. The family was experiencing consecutive deaths, but no one could fathom how these deaths were occurring. Initial police investigations revealed no suspicions, and speculation arose that some malevolent force had taken hold of the family, causing mysterious deaths one after another. Some even began to discuss the possibility of a curse afflicting the family. Shortly after the fourth person's death in the family, another death occurs. This time, the niece of Roy Thomas, Sahaju Thomas's daughter, Alphine Sarkarias, passes away. Alphine was only 2 years old at the time of death. The death occurred suddenly, but it wasn't the last in the family. 2 years after this incident, on January 11th, 2016, Alphine's mother, Sahaju Thomas's wife, Sili Sarkarias, also dies under suspicious circumstances. In other words, the mysterious deaths of 6 family members unfold in a puzzling manner over the past 14 years, with the deaths occurring one after another. Not only that, the deaths of 2 distant relatives of this family also happen in a road accident within a short interval. After Seeley's death, Jolly, who became a widow, marries Sahaju Thomas' cousin brother of Roy Thomas and starts living with him in 2016. However, there was a family member who was not ready to accept that the reason behind the deaths in the family was a curse or evil spirit. This was Rojo Thomas. At the beginning of the video, we mentioned that Rojo Thomas was the son of Anama Thomas and Tom Thomas and brother of Roy Thomas. Rojo Thomas worked in America. After the consecutive deaths of 6 family members, he begins to suspect that it's not just a coincidence, but a conspiracy. Rojo Thomas then goes to the local police station, files a case, and appeals to the police to thoroughly investigate the depths of all the motives in the family deaths so far. Rojo Thomas initiates his own investigation at his level. The people alive in the family were Sahaju Thomas and Jolly Joseph, who were now left among the surviving family members, meaning Rojo's cousin brother and sister-in-law. Initially, the police doesn't take the investigation too seriously, but Rojo Thomas, starting his own investigation, makes a shocking revelation before the police. Jolly had claimed a few years ago that she was working as a commerce lecturer at NIT Calicut. However, when Rojo investigates this, he finds out that there is no teacher named Jolly at NIT Calicut. Holly not only presented her job identity card with her claims at NIT Calicut, but also gave it to her family. When this identity card is examined, the university administration declares it as fake. Additionally, the investigation led by Rojo Thomas reveals that Jolie Joseph was present near all the deaths or sudden illnesses that have occurred so far. The presence of Jolie around all 6 deaths was not a coincidence, but rather hinted at a significant conspiracy. Hence, the police's suspicion needle points towards Jolie. The deaths previously considered as natural are now under investigation once again. Rojo Thomas files a written complaint against Jolie in connection with Roy Thomas's death at the police station. Additionally, suspicions are raised against Jolie in 5 other mysterious deaths. After registering the case, the police intensify their investigation, starting with exhuming the bodies of all 6 family members buried in the cemeteries near St. Lord Church in Kudai Canal and St. Mary's Church in Kunur over the past 14 years. These bodies are sent for forensic examination. Recognizing the gravity of the case, the Kerala police summons forensic scientists from around the world to assist in the investigation. Meanwhile, the police interrogate Jolie Joseph, who initially denies any involvement in the deaths of these 6 individuals. But when the police, increasing the intensity of their interrogation, lengthen their list of questions, Jolie eventually gets entangled in them, and then the shocking truth unveils. Before the police, Jolly confesses that she had been poisoning her family members over the past 14 years. When the police inquire about the motives behind these murders, an even more startling revelation unfolds. Each murder had its own motive. According to Jolly's disclosures during police interrogation, she first attempted to take the life of her mother-in-law, Anama Thomas, in 2002, but the initial attempt failed. However, on the second occasion, when everyone was occupied with their tasks, Jolly discreetly mixed poison into her mother-in-law's mutton soup. Consequently, shortly after consuming the soup, Anama Thomas succumbed to death. As Anama was the one handling all financial matters related to the family and meticulously managing the finances, Jolly, displeased with this arrangement, decided to eliminate her. Jolie had targeted her second victim, her father-in-law, Tom Thomas. The reason behind this was that around 2008, Jolie's husband, Roy Thomas, was facing financial problems. When she sought help from her father, Tom sold 2 acres of land, giving the entire amount to Jolie and Roy. Along with this, he declared that neither of them would have any share in the remaining family property. Under the first plot, Jolie faked property documents, giving Roy Thomas and Jolie a share in the remaining wealth. Later, Jolie secretly poisoned Tom Thomas's food, leading to his death. After submitting the property documents, suspicions were raised by Rojo Thomas, but he lacked support from other family members, and Jolie saved. Subsequently, she orchestrated her husband's demise. According to revelations, Roy Thomas was also facing financial difficulties and had become addicted to alcohol. This led to conflicts between Roy and Jolie. Seizing an opportunity, Jolie poisoned her husband's food as well, resulting in his death. After the death of Roy Thomas, Matthew, the brother of Anma Thomas, Roy's uncle, was the person who contested Roy's death as not a natural one, insisting on a post-mortem. Despite confirmation of traces of poison found in the body during the post-mortem, Jolie cleverly convinced the police that Roy had committed suicide willingly, as per Matthew's insistence on the post-mortem. Consequently, suspicion fell on Jolie, and in 2014, she secretly poisoned Matthew's drink, leading to his death. Jolie's next target becomes 2-year-old Alphine. In reality, after murdering her husband, Jolie becomes attracted to her deceased husband's cousin, Sahaju Thomas. However, the problem is that Sahaju Thomas is already married, and he had a daughter and a wife. Therefore, with sinister intentions, Jolie murders Sahaju's 2-year-old daughter Alpine by strangling her in 2014 before marrying Sahaju Thomas. Subsequently, in 2016, Sahaju's wife Silly also meets her demise. After committing these 2 murders, Jolie marries Sahaju Thomas in 2016. Following this revelation, the police suspect that Sahaju Thomas might also be involved in Jolie's plan. Consequently, Sahaju is taken into custody for questioning. However, no evidence against Sahaju surfaces. When Jolie is asked about her claim of going to study at NIT Calicut for the past 14 years, it is revealed that she never actually went there, as per college records. Jolie then discloses that she used to leave home on time every day, but most of the time she spent in a nearby church, assisting with its activities. Additionally, sometimes she would spend time in the canteen on the NIT campus. A surprising revelation in this entire investigation is that everyone with whom Jolie had any connection had a good relationship with her. Talking and laughing with everyone was Jolie's habit. No one had ever heard Jolie raising her voice at someone. Even the neighbors never tired of praising Jolie. After the revelation in the Jolly case, finally on October 5th, 2019, 47-year-old Jolly Joseph is arrested, accused of murdering 6 family members, including her father-in-law and husband.
Many find it hard to believe that a woman known to be family-oriented, well-respected, and liked could be a cold-blooded killer.
Investigation discloses that Jolly was provided poison by a person named S. Matthew, who happened to be Jolly's relative. S. Matthew's friend, Prachi Kumar, employed at a jewelry shop, facilitated the procurement of cyanide, commonly used for cleaning gold and silver ornaments. Cyanide samples are found in Jolly's car dashboard and bag during the police search. The evidence, including Jolly's confession and scientific findings, lead to a 1-800-page charge sheet filed by the police on January 1st, 2020. Jolly faces charges of 6 murders. Despite being granted bail by the Kerala High Court in 2021, the Kerala government challenges the decision in the Supreme Court. Currently, Jolly remains in jail, and the case continues to be a matter of legal contention. After the hearing, the Supreme Court rejected Jolly's bail. As a result, Jolly remains in jail today. Just a few months after these revelations, Jolly's second husband, Sahaju, also filed for divorce in court. While the investigation into this case is ongoing, some new revelations related to the case emerged in February 2023. Kerala police had sent the bodies to the CFSL laboratory in Hyderabad after exhuming them from all their graves. The report stated that no trace of cyanide was found in 4 out of the 6 bodies recovered. The examination of the remaining 2 bodies is still underway. Despite the claim, Kerala police stated that due to the many years since the murders, it is challenging to find traces of cyanide after exhumation. According to the police, even if no traces of cyanide are found in the investigation, Jolly's confession and circumstantial evidence are so strong that her guilt will be proven in court, and she will be given a severe punishment. While the court determines the actual punishment for the offender, feel free to share your thoughts on what punishment Jolly should receive in the comments. If you appreciate our efforts, like and share this video. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, subscribe now, press the bell icon, and turn on notifications.